So months ago, I made this Lorax soap, and it was so time consuming that I said I would never make it again. Well, after I made the soap, I listed it on my Etsy site and completely forgot about it. And I took the soap to the market, I sold a few bars of the soap, and then all of a sudden I see I have an order for 10 bars of this soap, and I don't have 10 bars. So now, instead of canceling the order, I'm going to have to remake this soap again. So here I'm in my stash of soap dough, and I just put on a movie and start making my trees. So it's not so bad. Now time to make the soap. Now I'm going to make 2 batches just in case. I'm doing 2 batches because one of the batches of my lye water, I prepared that lye water probably a month ago. I don't even know if it's still good. I don't think lye water lasts that long, but I do want to test it and see. And if this soap turns out good, then good for me. But if not, then I do have a backup. So I'm putting my trees in. Then I go to mix my sky, and I put a sky blue color with my fragrance oil, and the fragrance oil completely color morphed my soap. Now I did keep going because sometimes what happens is the color morph, it'll change to a different color, but then it'll change back to the original color it's supposed to be. And I'm really hoping this happens. I doubt it'll happen, but I'm hoping. But that's okay, because this is the one with the bad or the old lye water. So this was like the backup. All right, now I'm going to my other bar. So I definitely switched up the fragrance oil, one that was fun and fruity, but one that does not discolor. So pour in my field, and then I'm going to go in with my trees. I take the knife's tip and just texture my field a little bit just to give like a grass-like effect. Now I'm going to go in with my sky blue. This was the color that the first soap was supposed to be. And look at the first soap. You could see that it's lightened up a lot. All right, so here I'm pouring in my sky blue. It looks beautiful. Everything's going great. And then adding some clouds. But when I started to put my treetops on, that's where the problems began. So the weight of the treetops were too heavy. I took my knife, I'm jabbing it in the soap, and I puncture my field. And I'm trying to scoot that green that I just in my field over to the end, try to put in my tops again. And look, I dropped my knife. Now that knife punctures the field again. You can see some of the field in the sky. Try scooting that over, and then I dropped my knife again. Like, finally, I had to put this thing away. So I grabbed the spatula, and I'm working with the spatula because it doesn't puncture anything. What I did is I put my treetops in my soap batter to get through, like, all those cracks and crevices. Finally, added more soap on top, and was able to put my tree toppers on. These are heavy. So was finally able to get that done, and I'm just nervous for the cut. Hopefully I can get at least a few good bars out of this, but I'm very curious to see what the final looks like. All right, guys, stay tuned because I'll be posting the final next, or the cut. All right, thanks for watching.